Welcome into Texans Today and
Seahawks Today.
We got a joint preview, emphasis on the joint for you today. Obviously, Texans Seahawks, they play Monday Night Football. I'm the host of our Texans channel, Will.
Yeah, I'm the host of the Seahawks channel.
So today we're going to talk about some injuries and then some things that each of our teams need to do to win, because we all know the Texans are getting a dub on Monday night, right?
No, of course not. We don't lose at home. Well, sometimes we lose at home, and we're fixing it. We're fixing it.
Okay.
We're losing less at home.
Well, you let us know at home. What do you think the score of this game is going to be? I'm going Texans over Seahawks. Give me 27-21. Give me H-Town to get the dub. What do you think about this game?
I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I got Seahawks 24. I got the Texans at 14. It might be a race to 20 in this one. Two really good defenses.
Yeah, we are in Seattle, so we might see a big dumper on Monday night.
Well, he's going to be in Toronto, or he'll be getting ready for L.A.
To start this show, I thought we would go on some, injury reports. Obviously, a lot of stuff dropped yesterday. You want to talk about the Seahawks side first, about the injuries and kind of where we're at heading into this Monday night?
Yeah, well, the Seahawks finally get some good injury news, to be honest with you, Chugs. That secondary has just been injury-riddled the entire year. I think you have 5 plays where the entire secondary has been healthy and played together. After 5 plays in week 1, Nicky Manwari goes out. Then Devon Witherspoon goes out. Then Julian Love. Then Riq Woolen. It's just a cavalcade of injuries, and Seattle finally gets some good news on that front. Looks like Riq Woolen's going to be fully ready to go. He was dealing with a concussion that kept him out of last week. There was a little bit of worry early on in the week of would he be healthy enough? Would he be able to go? He went from a full participant to a limited participant, but he has no injury designation. That means he's going to be able to go. Julian Love, he's been dealing with a hamstring injury. He came back for a week and played against the Arizona Cardinals, and then immediately had to miss 2 more games. So he's listed as questionable right now, but I do have some confidence in, maybe he can get out there for at least, certain packages, certain series. Yeah. He's not able to go the entire time, but if he could go for just a little bit, that would be good enough. And then Devon Witherspoon's the big one. He had a couple of full participant practices this week, dealing with an MCL bruise. Obviously, he missed a couple games. He comes back against the Cardinals. Then he has to miss another couple games. I hope that this isn't a rush back. They rushed him back after the Cardinals game. That was a big no-no, because then you lost him for 2 more. If he can go out and play in this one, but if he can stay healthy after the fact, that would be huge for the Seahawks. And you'd finally have a full and complete secondary. And this defense has been good. And that's without these guys. So I'm excited to see what they're able to do.
Yeah, speaking about hamstring, I actually texted Will on Saturday during college football, and I said, hey, look out for Christian Kirk, because limited on Friday, then the Saturday media portion of practice was not there. And then, of course, right after I texted you, we got the news, Christian Kirk out Monday night. That was the big, worry with Texans fans with Christian Kirk. They traded a late-round pick to the Jags to acquire him. And, the reason why he didn't work out in Jacksonville, the same thing we're seeing right now. He's not able to be out there. The best ability is availability, and he hasn't been out there for the Texans. It's going to be a big, step up for rookies Jaden Higgins, Jaylen Noel on Monday night, because without Christian Kirk, that was one of my keys to victory. I said, we talked about the quick passing game, and the Seahawks have a stout run game, and I think C.J. Stroud needs to get the ball out quick, get those underneath routes, and that's kind of where Christian Kirk was the bread and butter. We'll need the rookie Jaylen Noel. We'll need our tight ends to really step up, and then on the defensive side, a couple of guys coming back for the Texans possibly. I thought it was going to be more likely that we saw Denico Autry, the defensive lineman, return in this game, but reports from Aaron Wilson are saying that the rookie Jaylen Reed, the safety, he's more likely to play up against the Seahawks on Monday night. So we'll see that. One of my big worries on the defense was actually MJ Stewart. He's the one who kind of filled in for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he's played well, but easy to say you played well when you play the Titans and then the Ravens with Cooper Rush. So it's going to be a tough matchup. The Texans, mostly healthy without Christian Kirk. That's kind of the one big kind of sticking point on the Texans injury report. But I still think the Texans predominantly healthy. I want to see what they look like, especially against this Seahawks run defense. And then if C.J. Stroud can pick it up against the Seattle secondary. The past 2 games, the Seahawks have allowed more than 650 passing yards through those 2 games, and I'd like to see that trend keep on going on Monday night.
I'd like it not to.
Yeah.
I'd like it to go the other way. I'd like them to fix some of those issues, but you're not wrong. If you can get the ball out before that D-line gets you, just like what Tampa Bay did to the Seahawks, Baker threw all over that secondary. And yes, it was injured. It might still be injured on that Monday night. If you can keep C.J. Stroud upright, he might have a chance to get after this secondary, which I think if you follow along with Tampa Bay's plan, it might go well for you.
Coming up, we each have one thing our team needs to do to win this Monday Night Football matchup. Before we get into that, though, we couldn't do today's show if it wasn't for our sponsor over at PrizePicks. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I, me and Will, make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks where it's good to be right. It's simple. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money today. And shout out to our guy, producer Chip. He's in the background on the 1s and 2s. And I actually put in a good PrizePicks lineup that I think will absolutely love. I'm going less, of course, less, on the Jackson Smith and Jigba receiving yards. Nico Collins, give me the more on that all day. And Will, you can copy my lineup if you want, or you can make your own. You can go ahead and go make your own because PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users like me and Will and sign up today. Download the app and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. For our one key to victory, each person, we're going to say one thing that our team needs to do on Monday night to win, and I think it's only fair age before beauty if you want to go first with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I can start there, no problem. For Seattle, it's going to be you need to win on your defensive line. I would love to say that you're going to get Riq back and Julian Love and Devon Witherspoon. Right now, it does look like you're going to get Riq back. I don't know that you're going to get the other two. How do you hide a clear deficiency? Your defensive line gets after the quarterback. You can see the difference in the last 2 weeks. If you want to look at week 5 against Tampa Bay, what Tampa Bay did is they had 6-7-man protection. They gave Baker time. Yeah, right. There you go. And that allowed some freedom for Baker to find Tez Johnson and to find Emeka Ibuka, guys who were just absolutely cooking the back end of this secondary. Even in a better game last week for the Seahawks against Jacksonville, there is a Brian Thomas Jr. touchdown where 2 guys go to the guy who's faking the bubble screen and leave him all by himself. The one guy you would think in Jacksonville that you don't leave by himself, you left him by himself. Mm-hmm. I would hate for that to happen with Nico Collins, right?
I'd love for that to happen.
I disagree. So if this defensive line can get after C.J. Stroud, make him uncomfortable, get into 3rd and long situations where now you have to take more time, longer developing routes to get those first downs. I think that's always going to be good for the Seahawks. This defensive line has to eat, and you can see the difference. Just look at week 5 and look at week 6, what happens when the defensive line eats and what happens when they don't eat.
Yeah, and for me, I'm going a little old school. I know you used to coach, so this one might hit home. I think the Texans got to control the time of possession.
Yeah.
I think we got to, help out our defense. The Texans, Seahawks, they both have pretty good defenses. Yep. I think the Texans have a little bit of an edge on the defensive side, and keeping them fresh, keeping them off the field to where you can go Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter, balls to the wall every play. Mm-hmm. You can only do that if your offense is kind of giving them some time on the sideline, if the offense is moving the ball down the field. And that's why I said the quick passing game is going to be key, because the Seahawks, number 2 in the NFL right now, only allowing 79 rush yards per game. I'd love to say, establish it with Nick Chubb, establish the running game with Woody Marks. I don't know if that's going to be as easy as we think. I think the Texans' offensive line, they've played a little bit better each and every single week this year, but the Seahawks defensive front, that's going to be a different beast. Mm-hmm. So I think getting the ball out quick and controlling the time of possession, we can't have 3 and outs on this Texans offense. You have to at least move the ball, be able to, even if you don't score, be able to pin the Seahawks offense deep. Make them go 90 yards. Make them go 80 yards to score a touchdown. Because then that'll give you a fighting chance in this game, especially with this Texans defense and how well, they've been playing the past couple weeks. I think you really got to, limit the short fields for this Seahawks offense. Obviously, we all know the stat on turnovers. Teams who win the turnover battle, they usually win the game. Right. But along with that, you got to make sure that you're setting up your defense for success. And, hopefully in some of those instances, if you pin them deep, then retroactively you'll get better field position if your defense is able to keep them, inside their own 20-yard line. So I think that's going to be a big key for this Texans offense. Look out for the time of possession and obviously keeping C.J. Stroud upright against this amazing Seahawks front seven who's absolutely been killing quarterbacks every time they get to him.
Yeah, well, Brendan Yoder wants to call it the death zone, along with a couple other fans. I don't know if I'm quite ready to go there yet, but it does feel a little 2012-y in Seattle. The defense is getting rocking and rolling. Just got to get the offense in the rushing game going as well. But I'm excited for this matchup. I do think that – I know Houston started a little slow. I do think these are two playoff teams this year.
Yeah. Make sure you tune in. We'll actually both be live on our respective channels. Me on Texans today, Will on Seahawks today. We'll be live an hour before kickoff. It's a late kick for us Houstonians. It's 9 o'clock Central Time. East Coast, 10 o'clock. I mean, absolutely brutal. But we'll both be live an hour before kickoff, so make sure you stay tuned. Tune in. I know, Will, you got a lot of fun stuff prepared for Monday night.
Oh, yeah. We got all kinds of goodies given away. You're not going to want to miss out on that. And if the Mariners are playing, maybe you'll get a baseball play-by-play as well.
Ooh, there we go.